We're going to feature Melissa at another time because I didn't have my act together. So sorry. Hello to everyone. We're going to talk about journaling, and there are several different areas that you can pick when you're journaling. But when you are writing, the purpose of it is to brain dump. You got to get all this stuff out of your head, and you've got to realize what this junk is all about, and you've got to be able to leave space for new ideas because it's going to come from somewhere else, but you will not hear it unless you open up your mind to new ideas, and that's the mindset hack. We're here, me and Melissa, because we're good friends and we have a similar mission and a very important message. And Melissa, I was telling people this is an example of grit, and it's what you need if you are fighting to get yourself out of a current situation that just leaves you miserable. And so many people, just to catch everyone up, since this is like the sixth time I've tried to do this event with the post, 1 in 6 Americans are taking medication for insomnia, depression, and anxiety. And it's not solving the problem. The only thing we're doing is passing along a really terrible habit to our children. And so I felt this was an important message that needs to get out there to anyone struggling who wants to get off their medication and turn to something very simple that they can do to, lift themselves up. And please scroll down in my page to see the previous post because we talked about it a lot. Right now, I want to focus and introduce my friend Melissa Phillipoff. She is an expert. I may have mispronounced your name. Did I pronounce it right?
You pronounced it perfect. Yeah.
Oh, lucky. All right. So Melissa has had some experience, and we've got 5 different mindset hacks that we're going to feature this week. The first one is journaling and the benefit of journaling to empty your mind of all these negative things that are just cluttering and suffocating you. So Melissa, if you will tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've learned about journaling and how you help people and how to journal. Some people, don't really realize the power of it. So we're going to turn it over to you, Missy.
Thank you so much, Judy, for letting me do this. I am a life coach, and I help empower women to have confidence and believe in themselves and to change their mindset. And one of the tools that I use is journaling. I've been journaling off and on my whole life. I, like same as you, very young, dealt with depression and everything. Growing up in the military, moving every 3 or 4 years, it's plays havoc on a girl's confidence in herself and everything like that. So I got introduced into journaling as a young adult, and at the beginning, I really didn't see, the benefits to journaling. However, as I grew into it and, researched it more, I kind of like developed my own practices and, owned it for myself and, to let myself know that I can actually have a safe space where I can share all the hard things and share, the feelings that I don't feel comfortable talking to somebody about. As women, we keep a lot of the stuff internally and we're afraid to let it out or afraid to reach out to help other people, to get that help from others. I know growing up, everybody would tell me, oh, just buck up, shake off that bad feeling, whatever. So my journal became a place, like it was a best friend. I would write in it on a daily basis and I would, share everything that's happening. So, when a journaling practice doesn't really have to be, an elaborate thing. It can be, just a regular notebook. I have people who use their cell phone and just record their journaling practices. I've got people who use a blog for their journaling, and I've got people who just do it as a video and they'll make up videos for their journaling. So it's really whatever feels comfortable to you and, what you want to use. And you know, just write what you want and, you know, put it out there. One thing I do recommend though, especially when you're writing about heavy topics, end it on a positive note. Like you don't want to fill your journal with every day with something negative, or that place is not going to be a place where you really want to come to. It's going to become a chore. So you want to, you know, focus on the gratitude or focus on getting those hard feelings out, but trying to find the good in them also, so that it's not always the place that you dread going to. Like this, you want to feel comfortable in, you know, writing in the morning or writing in the evening, you know, whenever you feel creative or when you feel that inspired, you know. A lot of people will say, I don't have time to write in a journal, or, you know, I'm always so busy. And we are busy. However, you know, when you're sitting there watching Grey's Anatomy or waiting for your kids in the carpool lane, whip out your journal and just write what's on your mind. And, you know, just write what's in your heart. And don't be afraid to let out what you're feeling. A lot of people, and I was guilty of doing this too, we censor what we put in our journals. You know, we censor, we don't want to, you know, how can you say it? We'll censor what we're thinking, you know. How can we put something on paper that we're afraid to say? And you shouldn't have that, you know. This is a place where you can write out the bad, the good, the everything. And you want to be able to share that. And you know, this is a safe place for you. So, you know, if you have to lock up your journal to feel comfortable with it, that's fine. Do that. Really and truly, nobody really wants to read your journal. So it's
Can I
not like
jump
a
in?
bad.
I actually had a
Yeah,
journal stolen once.
really?
Journal, and it was awful because I'm sure they read it. I know they put it back, but they put it back in a different place. And
Yeah.
this was when I was living with a group of people, and yeah, it was just awful. But the thing is, the the problem with depression, what I've discovered is it's about the gap. It's your current situation versus where you want to be, and the size of that
Mhm.
gap is what we're trying to fill. And so when I journal, I just want to show you, I have a journal here. It's got duct tape on it. I want to tell you something really cool. First of all, I started journaling in high school where it was really fun. And think about the fun part of it. Like when you were in high school and they passed out the yearbooks and everybody got to write in your yearbook, that's your memories. That's your
Mhm.
heart and soul. Please don't filter it to sound good. This is just for you, but that's your truth that's going to come out. And this is how you get in touch with those really strong feelings, the ones that are holding you back from being successful. So you have to identify those terrible feelings, and then you have to say, hey, that's not really the way I am. That's not who I am. And you need to visualize what you really want in life. And we'll talk more about that. But I just want to tell you one really cool thing. I've written in my journal about my future, what my future wants, what I want to happen in my future, my ideal day, and it happens. I will go back and I'll be like, oh, I wrote those exact words that I wanted this to happen, and it's now, it's happening. So a lot of this has to do on focusing on the positive, like Melissa said. You don't want to wallow, but you do want to get in touch with those feelings, that those are the things that are hurting you that you're not aware of. You've got to be aware of them first. But exactly what you said, Melissa, ended on a happy note.
Exactly. And I mean, with my journal, it's not just writing my feelings. I will make my goals in there. I will, you know, like you do, manifest my perfect day. I use it to do like business brainstorming and everything. Like my journal is a memory book. I've got, you know, tickets to concerts I've gone to, pictures and everything. It's become like a memory book also. And, you know, it's
Do you
really and
use
truly, it's
it
like
to
a best friend.
do a brain dump to get all
I
that
do. Yeah.
out?
Yeah, brain dumps is definitely something extremely useful. I do it like at least once a week, and then once a month I'll do a huge one that, you know, is like 4 pages long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, I mean, your journal can be everything. And at the end of my entries, I'll always write 3 or 4 things down that I'm grateful for. And it could be just, I'm grateful for an ice cap, or that it's not snowing, because in Alberta, we're getting a lot of snow right now.
I don't know. Don't say
I know.
Don't say that word.
I know, isn't it horrible?
You guys, tell us if anybody's watching on replay. We want to know where you're from. So please, please, please. Let's see. I'm trying to put my name up there. Oh, well, we'll just look at your name, Melissa. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Yes, I'm a person too. All right, we're official. Melissa works with people in journaling. She has a wonderful website. So tell us your website, Melissa.
My website is thebeautifulsoul.lifecoaching.com. It's through WordPress, and most of it right now is a blog. However, I do have going to be putting up there different packages that I deal with, and I do have a journaling checklist for beginners that I've just recently finished. So if you want to leave your email here or reach out to me, I can definitely send that. I tried to put it as like an opt-in, but MailChimp does not like me.
Technology is not liking us at all today. But,
No.
Yeah, don't put your email in a comment, because this is a public broadcast, but
Sure.
please message me or leave a comment that says, Melissa's checklist, and we will make sure you get a link to that freebie that she's so kind to share with you. And do read her blog, because there's just, you got to really dig deep. And, this is something that very likely has been bothering you for a long time, just like it has been for me. And you've got to get it out. I had another friend who, if you're dealing with those emotions, like if it brings tears, let those flow, because you've got to get it physically out of your body. And don't try and censor yourself or say, oh, I'm so silly. No, if you're feeling that pain, you have got to actually feel it to get through it. So don't limit anything that you do. Just go with the flow and see what happens. See what comes out on paper. It's fascinating. It's really fascinating.
Sure. And I mean, look back at your entries, and, like I said, I've been journaling for years, and going back from ones that are like 2 years ago to what they are now is completely different. And, some of the thoughts that'll come out, you're not even aware of, and just write and write and write, and don't stop until you get it all out.
Yeah, exactly. Trying to turn off that little thingy. Delete. Okay. Oh, well, I'm still working on the technology. Sorry.
It never goes away.
If you're seeing us in replay, drop us a comment, tag either Melissa or I, so that we see your comment. If you have questions, if you have any, if you want more information. And this is just the first of five different methods to conquer your anxiety, depression, insomnia. That is drug-free and very simple steps that you can do on a daily basis. And we want you to rescue yourself. We want you to have a little bit of grit. If you want to contact me, I will put the link below for how to do a free strategy session, so that you have someone to talk to you, and we can talk about anything, so that you have somebody who cares, who's been through the same thing, and we'll go from there. So what do you think? We're good. We did it for 15 whole minutes.
Ooh.
No big problems.
Thank you for having me come on. I greatly appreciate it. And yeah, same thing. If you want to reach out, have any questions or whatever, feel free to message me also.
Yeah, send us a friend request on Facebook, all that. We'd love to talk to you. So thanks for tuning in. Everybody have a good night, Melissa. Thank you.
Have a wonderful night, everyone.
It's like 81 degrees. I live in South Carolina. I'm sorry.
Now I'm going to go be jealous.
All right, well, you have a good night. Thank you so much.
You too. Thank you. Have a good night, everyone.